But Jim, Double or Nothing 2023 is taking place from the T-Mobile Arena, and here is the card.
Wait a minute. Before you give me the card, Brian, I'm a simple man. I know that I can come to you and I can get this information, but I also know that it's on pay-per-view, right? If I go to my cable guide, then they will tell me everything I need to know about this event, right? In the description, where they're trying to get you to buy this thing for $44.95 or whatever for a standard definition picture. And I always order the standard def AEW pay-per-views because I don't want to see these people in high definition. But they're going to tell me, right?
I don't know.
Well, they got you when you click on the guide and here it says AEW Double or Nothing. And you click on info, it gives you a description. Would you like to hear the description? That one would think that the cable company, it was provided to them by AEW or somebody in their administration, right? It's their show.
Yeah.
This is the description, and I quote, AEW's marquee event includes a 21-man battle royal featuring champion Orange Cassidy.
Oh my God.
As well as several championship matches. That's it.
Wow, he's really in love with Orange Cassidy. It's Vince and Sean at this point.
It's not even featuring international champion or the A&P champion or whatever that bogus belt is, but it's featuring champion. So his match, the Battle Royal thrown together to get everybody a payoff on the card, is the one mentioned. He is just quoted as champion Orange Cassidy, like he's the champion of the whole fucking deal. And the world title match and Chris Jericho's match and all the other matches are, as well as several championship matches. Right there.
Just get ready, because while Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins or Cody Rhodes or whoever will be champions over in WWE, Orange Cassidy's he's on pace to be the AEW World Champion. I feel it. Well, Jim, here's the card.
All righty.
Double or Nothing 2023.
Can I pick nothing now?
You're not allowed to choose nothing. That's the funny part of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go to the match you just mentioned.
It'll seem like it's 3 times as long as it really is, though. It really should be triple or nothing.
A 21-man blackjack battle royal for the International Championship. According to Wikipedia, Orange Cassidy, the champion, along with Aaron Solo, Powerhouse Hobbs, QT Marshall, and 17 other competitors to be announced.
Wow. So again, that's the best thing they can figure out to do with Hobbs is just put him in the match with everybody on the card so he doesn't have to hurt anybody's feelings. They don't get to play at the pay-per-view.
In a 6-man tag team match, if the Hardy Party wins, Matt Hardy will own Ethan Page's contract.
Wait, what? If the Hardy Party?
That's what it says here.
Wins, they will own Ethan Page's contract.
I forgot all about this. I can't believe we're still doing this.
Well, wait a minute. Talk about fucking oceanfront property in Nevada. Own Ethan Page's contract. Give me something else worthless is what I'm trying to say.
Well, it's in Nevada, so it makes sense. But Ethan Page and the Gunns, Austin and Colton Gunn, versus the Hardy Party of Isaiah Cassidy, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, and the designated driver.
Has this been on television?
You know, we definitely saw parts of it because I remember not liking it a little while ago.
They reunited the Hardys, a month or 6 weeks ago, and I forgot, actually, Jeff came back. He made the comeback, right?
Well, a lot of people have sent it in, and they wondered if Jim watched it, and the answer is no. It was on Rampage, and plus look what it was. They did another one of their...
So they reunited the Hardy Boys and put them on Rampage.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. They reunited the Hardy Boys and did another one of those deletion filmed matches at the Hardy compound, so Matt and his wife can put on a little show.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, they're going to be on the pay-per-view, the Hardy Party. Also,
okay. Well, can all of them be deleted? Is that an option in case of a draw? Are they all fired?
That would be something. Well, every show needs a bathroom break, but let's go on to the rest of the card, Jim. For the TBS Championship, the champion Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie.
Again, I wish I could offer some kind of positive thought or, reinforcement to any of the. I like Taya Valkyrie. She looked like shit against Jade. I'll say Jade, because Jade is green and has been protected and doesn't understand what the business is even about and comes out and does an entrance and looks great standing there. And they couldn't have a fucking match. And after the match they had, which had a goofy stipulation that Taya couldn't use the move that she uses, that Jade also uses, why would you want to see another match between these two? Because the first one was horrible.
Well, that was a good preview of the second one, but let's go on with the rest of the card here, Jim. In an unsanctioned match, Adam Cole, Bay versus Chris Jericho.
Well, at least it's one-on-one instead of, all of the Stooges and various affiliated peripheral characters. Yeah, I would have said 2 years ago this might be the star of our show. But I don't know about Chris now, and I don't know about Adam now. And I don't know what the fuck's going on. But again, I think Adam should win because it would help him more than it would another Jericho win. But I'm not holding out a lot of hope because they left Jericho laying face down in the fucking mulch and the crabgrass on free TV. So he might very well be winning this thing. But again, I don't know what kind of shape Adam is in physically or, with the concussion thing or whatever. He's looked so painfully small. We know what we got with Jericho, and it ain't going to change much in the future. I don't know what kind of goofy entertainment bells and whistles they're going to put in on this, so we'll see what happens.
And again, I think they want to get Adam Cole set up for MJF, so I wouldn't be surprised if he wins here after everything that happened, but we will see. Jim, in an Anarchy in the Arena match, the Blackpool Combat Club, consisting of Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta, versus the Elite of Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Hangman Adam Page.
And so Anarchy in the Arena is when they couldn't do the football field fuckery anymore because the pandemic was over and they were back in buildings, but now they can still fight everywhere, right?
Right.
So this will be a ridiculous, overdone, contrived, phony, choreographed set piece full of holy shit spots with no context. The prop makers will be working overtime on disguising crash pads and various fake items that are supposed to look like real weapons, and everybody will do shit that should kill them 14 times over if this was in any way legitimate, but emerge unscathed while dressed as their favorite video game character.
Correct.
Okay.
You think Takeshita gets involved and turns on the Elite?
I forgot about our friend Take a Shit.
Because of the whole idea is you have to bleed with the Blackpool, and we still haven't gotten a clear explanation from Callis, and he was trying to recruit Takeshita months ago. You think Takeshita shows up and turns?
Well, either that or Takeshita moved back to fucking Japan because he got sick and tired of waiting around for him to fucking follow up on whatever he did last time.
Or maybe he didn't want to see the next match, I don't know. But Jim, for the AEW World Tag Team Championship, Mark Briscoe on a pole, FTR versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, and whoever they're with. And I made a joke about Mark Briscoe. He'll actually be the special guest referee.
And again, Mark Briscoe could have been one of the most popular singles wrestlers in AEW right now. Massive babyface. Could put him in stuff that would sell tickets. And instead, they've dropped the ball on something they were given again, and it's too late to pick it back up, and now he's a referee. And if they switch him heel, I may put out a fucking contract hit on Tony Khan. If they don't, it's just a massive misuse of his talents and his name on the card. The tag team match will probably be the best tag team match we've seen since last time FTR had a good tag team match. And it won't matter because nobody cares about Jeff and his group because of all of the comedy and the bullshit and the weird pin-headed fucking giant and Sanjay's cheesy overacting. And again, with some kind of coherent push, Jeff and Jay as a team speaking for themselves, and FTR would be a program that I'd be interested in just for good tag team matches. But I don't even want to see this. So I can't imagine anybody else does.
Well, Jim, the next match for the AEW World Women's Championship, Jamie Hayter, the champion, versus Toni Storm.
Jane was already defending the women's title earlier.
No, that's the TBS Championship.
Does anybody give a shit what they call it? You've had a girl defending a title before the fucking girl defends a title. Therefore, you already did it. So nobody's going to give a shit about this anyway.
In a ladder match for the AEW TNT Championship, Wardlow with Arn Anderson
I forgot about this.
versus Christian Cage with Luchasaurus.
So again, if Wardlow had a single match with Christian Cage in the actual ring, I bet you he would learn more in that 10 or 15 minute period than he has about wrestling in the last year. Because Christian would be able to teach him some shit. Maybe work on his timing, maybe go over some shit in the planning stages of the match that would make Wardlow understand why things are done or why he should or shouldn't do certain things. It would be a great learning experience, plus it would be an entertaining match. And I hope to fuck that Wardlow would go over because his booking has been so botched that he needs a nice win, and it wouldn't hurt Christian to do the job, right? That's what would happen in a normal match. In a ladder match, for no reason, and again, we laughed because a lot of the AEW apologists and the goofy video game wrestling marks would think, oh, well, there's a reason because they pulled a ladder out and dropped him on it. Fuck. They decided they were going to have a ladder match, and then Tony came up with an angle that in his mind sold it, is what happened. In a ladder match, Christian is a goddamn veteran. He's already had injuries. He doesn't need to take any more chances. He doesn't need to take any more chances with a green fucker like Wardlow. Wardlow doesn't need to be in a ladder match because a guy that size shouldn't be climbing fucking ladders to begin with. And he won't learn anything from this opportunity because you don't learn anything about wrestling in a fucking ladder match. All you do is take a chance on breaking your fucking leg. So this is another overbooked, overdone, Tony's a mark on ADD medicine fucking fiasco, and takes away something that could be halfway decent on a pay-per-view and makes a joke out of it. And plus, then you got the fucking dinosaur.
And finally, Jim, the main event for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, the champion MJF versus Sammy Guevara versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Darby Allin.
And again, no surprise. You thought last week maybe they've realized their mistake. They were going to take Jungle Boy out of the thing and put Rush in, but no, then we found out that was just complete unprofessionalism on Rush's part and complete lack of control over his program by Tony and any of his employees. So we're stuck with this. 8 weeks ago, with a focused, concerted build, Darby Allin against MJF, you could have created a little doubt in people's mind, and you would have elevated Darby Allin to a higher level into people's eyes and maybe potentially made him a legitimate title contender, somebody that people would emotionally get behind instead of just want to see a goddamn stunt show like all the rest of these fucking idiot fans. Can you tell I'm getting fed up with this shit? But again, another chance opportunity was wasted because of Tony's insistence that because he was told and convinced of the idea that 4 years ago, these four young little jackoffs that he had signed were going to be the future of his company, that now he looks like an idiot in his mind for saying that 4 years ago if he doesn't make it so. So as a result, we got MJF, who's a main event level guy that's had a match of the year with Bryan Danielson, a match of the year with CM Punk, the promo, everything he's done on point. You got a guy, Darby Allin, that has a special kind of charisma and could have been made a legitimate single star, out from under the shadow of Sting. Where's he been lately? I forgot it's summertime. It don't snow. You've got Sammy Guevara, who's a good secondary title competitor at this point as a heel or a babyface, if they could ever make their mind up. And they got plenty of secondary titles. But nobody takes him seriously for the main event, for the world title. And then you've got Jungle Boy, who is not only a non-entity, but actually a hindrance in this thing. Because, and after going back and watching him take that ass whipping from Rush a second time, I'm thinking that he had as much fucking job face on about the match that he was winning as Rush had job face on about the match he was losing. Because Jungle Boy not only didn't try to fight back, didn't try to fire up, didn't try to no-sell any of Rush's shit like he was doing to him, but after Rush was even out of the goddamn ring at the end, he was still laying there on his fucking face, Jungle Boy was. It was like he was telling Tony, having his own little conniption fit, well, fuck, if he wants me to have a one-sided match like this and just win with a schoolboy, then fuck him, I'll just lay here and be a beaten up, sorry, wet dish rag prick. So that's the four-way. One champion that belongs, one challenger that could have belonged, one challenger that might one day, and one challenger that's dragging the other three's average down just by being in the fucking ring. What a main event.
Well, that's this Sunday. AEW Double or Nothing 2023 available wherever you find available things. It'll be a real test of this audience to see how many of them are going to come out. Is this going to do the kind of numbers the previous pay-per-views have done? It seems like the weakest card they've had yet on pay-per-view, but time will tell.
They're trying to make up for the weakness of the card with the quantity of the matches. So I see another 5-hour masturbatory fantasy for the Trampoline Cowboys.
Well, Jim, after a pay-per-view like that, we'll see how we feel. But if I was booking it, if I booked that card, I'd probably want to leave the building in sunglasses and looking down and running into a car so no one would yell at me about what this card is. The main thing being sunglasses. I guess that's what I'm talking about.
I guess there's I don't know, there's fucking vehicular manslaughter in there. There's fucking traffic control.
If I was a shady booker and I had to leave the building quick, I'd put on my shady rays.
What about if you were a bad booker and you had to leave the building incognito because the fans would run after you with pitchforks? How about that one?
Shady rays.
Shady Rays will be the one to fix you up, folks. If you want to hide your appearance, then Shady Rays is the place you need to go because they have sunglasses that you can't see through for nothing.
Well, no, you could see through their sunglasses, and I don't understand how that would help you if you can't see through the sunglasses.
Well, no, you can see through them, through the business side of them, but you can't see through the outside of them. It's like those peepholes in the hotel room. Except every once in a while, they find out the maintenance man goes through and reverses the peephole so you can see in but not out. It's amazing how they found that. I'd only been doing it for about 3 weeks, but anyway.
Oh, God.
So, folks, Shady Rays are durable and built to tackle all of life's outdoor adventures, whether it is escaping from an angry group of wrestling fans outside an arena or just going out and walking the puppy. Whatever you want to do outside, Shady Rays is going to protect you from the vicious, burning, searing, painful rays of the sun that can damage your corneas and your retinas and your pupils. If you ever go out in the middle of summertime and you smell a strange smell that sounds like or smells like something's burning, Brian, has that happened to you? You smell something burning outside in the summertime.
Well, yeah, of course. People barbecue. There's a lot going on.
No, that's your corneas and your pupils and your retinas and your magentas and all the things in your eye. The sun's rays will burn your eyes until you're blind. You cannot see. That's what happened to old Cyclops in the X-Men. And he had those shady rays that he lifted up every now and then to use his heat vision. But nevertheless, shady rays will protect your eyes from the sun and its damage that it does to all us human beings. And if you break or lose your shady ray sunglasses, they will replace them for you, no questions asked. So again, let's say, for example, you're walking down the street, you got the shady rays on, the sun can't damage your eyeballs, but you've got an enemy that wants you to go blind. And he reaches his leg out from behind a tree and trips you, and you fall down and you break your shady rays. Now you turn over, you look up at the sun, and it's burning the shit out of your eyes. But you don't have to fear because you're going to get a second pair of shady rays for free. Just run home, wrap a towel around your head, and run home. Call them on the phone. Tell them send another pair ASAP, and whatever you do, don't go out in the sunlight until they show up. But they will arrive at your door free of charge because they've got the best industry lost and broken replacement program in the whole damn sunglass business there at Shady Rays. How many times have you suckered them for a free pair?
Not once, and I don't think other people should even think about it in those terms. You get the good sunglasses, you put them on, you enjoy them, you look good, people compliment you on them. They protect your corneas from whatever eye death you're talking about. But you don't look to take advantage of the company.
You get a lot of people telling you, hey, you look good there. And you know, here's another thing. Like I said, you can see through the shady rays, but the people can't see back through to where your eyes are. So you can be looking around from side to side, staring at people's various parts of their anatomy. They'll never know it. You're sitting on a park bench. You're just minding your own business, but really you're eyeballing everybody in sight behind those shady rays. Folks, and they'll give you 30 days to try them. If you don't like them, you can return them. You can exchange them. As a matter of fact, I know one guy that exchanged his pair of shady rays for a Dalmatian puppy. And they ended up very happy.
They do not do that, for the record. That's not an official Shady Rays transaction.
Well, it says you can exchange them. If you don't like them, why would you change them for another pair of sunglasses you wouldn't like? You got to exchange them for something else, don't you?
A different pair of sunglasses that you may like.
Well, you can return them for free, get your money back. Anyway, folks, right now, what's better than getting one pair of Shady Rays and not worrying if you break them or lose them just with impunity, just taking hammers to them? It's getting two pair. Right now, go to shadyrays.com/JCE and use the code JCE for a limited time. When you buy one pair of Shady Rays, you're going to get a second pair for free. That's Shady Rays, ShadyRays.com/JCE, code JCE. You get a second pair for free. And then if you lose or break both of them, then you call them back and you get 4 pairs or something. I don't know. Just figure it out yourself. Protect your eyes, people. They're all we got.
Shady Rays.